Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a Tactics Talk. Welcome, Throwback. This is a throwback. The Object 704, played by Pale Jedi from Clan Mex. There was a day, my friends, come with me back to the past, when the Object 704 was one of, if not the most feared tank in the game, if you can believe it. I guess somewhere 2013-ish or so. Back in that day, the Tier 9s, or the TDs, only went to Tier 9, as well as mediums. This thing was rocking a 750 alpha gun back in the day. It had decent mobility. It had good armor, if you can believe it. Quite good for the time. And I will tell you that when I first started playing this game, this is one of the tanks I feared the most. You always hated to run into one of the channels or alleyways that the game is made of and have one of these bad boys guarding that said channel or alleyway. It just hurt to get hit with 750. 750 was an outlier. It was the biggest gun in the game. Nothing else hit harder than an Object 704. And with its decently sloped armor and small lower plate, lack of, I was going to say mission creep, but that's not what I meant. Lack of power creep in the game, and the 704 was a beast. An absolute monster. You did not want to face that thing. You certainly didn't want to get blapped for 750 alpha. So we're going to see how Pale Jedi uses the 704. And I like what he's doing here because he's going to play it like it was played a lot back in the day as an Assault TD. This is one of the OG Assault TDs. Again, decent mobility, good armor, could get up into the front. Now he's not going to go bowling up into the front, but he will get close enough to take some good shots and try to alleviate just a little bit the derpiness of the gun. Because this thing has definitely been power crept by a lot of other tanks. You rarely ever see this played. Rarely ever. Every now and again. But Pale Jedi is actually going to have a pretty good game in this thing. So he'll support the Charioteer and a couple other guys that are up ahead of him. The Iron Arnie and the WZ. Down goes the Charioteer. Gets absolutely nuked. Probably a little close for a Charioteer, my friend. There, fellow. Hey, fellow. Alright, fellow is off to the garage, going to hang out, maybe pick another tank, or perhaps he'll hang around in the game and complain. I don't know. Let's find out. Let's find out. T92 rolling around in the middle. Artie, obviously these guys are seen, and we've got Pale Jedi who's going to move up, so where he can support. This is, again, a gun that's not very accurate overall. It's okay. So you want to get a little bit close to your work, and he's just going to find this Su-130 and just blank. Down goes that guy. He only got 410 of that because multiple people shotted the, what was it, Su-130 that just got nuked. And now we're going to hang out here. You'll notice that he's got his ammo in kind of an odd spot. He's got AP on the number 1. He's got the HE at 2, and he's got the APCR, which is rocking 329 penetration. The AP has got, he's actually going to bounce off this Iron Arnie. Has 286 standard, which is really pretty good for a Tier 9. And again, over 300 with the APCR. So he thumps the Iron Arnie, maybe aim a little bit more towards the lower plate. I think we were just sort of expecting a lull pin there, but if he got into the turret or that upper plate, could have been into auto bounce territory. Arnie's trying to get away. See if we can put a shot on him. Ooh, man, that hurt. So there you go. There's that beastly 789. Even today, my friend, you don't want to be hit by 750 alpha guns even today. Sticking your nose out a little bit in the trees right here, or the bushes, I don't know about that. I think I would have stayed back a bit. Kept those bushes dark in case something snuck up close enough. Looks like your team's getting a little bit beat up. T92 up on top spotting. Trying to find the Iron Arnie. Got the LISs behind something. Down goes the Arnie. We're going to think about this for a second. Nicely zoomed in and blap. Nice patience, and we drop 571 through the turret with standard AP, my friends. And all of a sudden we're at 2,512 in the OG casemate terrorizer of games, the Object 704. Team's doing okay, but the heavy side's not doing great. And what's going to happen here is we're going to get some nice shots and move through the east side of the map. Pushing on in, we do get spotted there. We take a shot from the T92 who bounces. Not a surprise. We do eat 81 from the Artie. Thank goodness he didn't get a good direct hit. One problem with this tank in terms of Artie is it does have a lot of flat top, so if that thing drops right on you, it's Pennsville, and you're taking a bunch of damage. WZ-120 kills the WZ-120. A little friendly fire right there. And we're going to wait, see if we can get some more lights. The WZ-120's up front looking for some lights. We got a G-Sor who's moving around the back there. He gets thumped once. Looks like he's on a reload, so he's running off. And Pale Jedi is going to think about this and start to move forward. Notice that the heavies are hanging on for the moment, but pretty quickly they're going to lose, and Pale Jedi's team is slowly bleeding at this point. Down some hit points, at least from what he can tell. We can't tell really what the hit point situation is there. And a Jagdtiger from the purple team has managed to move straight down into the artillery, which is impressive. That is one sneaky Jagdtiger. Pale Jedi is going to follow up the AMBT and the WZ, and we're going to have a little bit of a ring around the rosy trying to figure out where this WZ-176 is going. John Wicks, 59, he's moving down. Pale Jedi's coming around to the front. AMBT's up top, not interested in YOLOing into the BZ because he's basically a one-shot potentially to the BZ. And here comes Pale Jedi. AMBT goes low, WZ's up top thinking, oh crap, I just got left by the AMBT. But as soon as our hero gets up there, these two will move forward. Got an interesting thing happen here. He's going to push down on the ramp and get lit. A little bit surprised that he sort of just gaffed off the light. But it may be that he probably figured it wasn't the BZ that was spotting him, although he is spotted now. The only thing that concerned me on this, Pale Jedi, is what if the BZ was over there? Now, he probably couldn't have got there without getting spotted based on how fast he is and how fast everyone else is. So you may have already assessed that, and that's probably then the T-92, which is what it turns out to be. Looks like you thought about pointing at it. Maybe that came to mind right there, that more than likely that was the T-92. We don't take a big shot in the side from the BZ, but we do find him right here. WZ jams the brakes on. The BZ is not looking at you, so he just does what he does there. We'll come around here and take a nice shot right into the gut of the BZ. I think I might have face-hugged him, although... yeah, you might be doing the right thing. This was interesting. You kind of go by him. I think maybe you were thinking, nah, I don't really want to face hug him. Maybe tried to go for a track. That doesn't work. We get that fixed. He's trying to get by. He knows he's in big trouble. WZ does you a solid by putting a shot into him so that it's just an easy closeout right there on the 120. Nice teamwork between you two. The AMBT is still alive. The T-92 is dead also. And we're down to a Jagdtiger, a T-832, and a Turtle, and they've got some decent hit points. So I'm looking at this going, well, you guys are going to have to be careful. If these guys play it well, they could possibly win this still. Artie is spotted and pinned down. He's probably not getting out of that. RHM just took a big hit, though, more than likely. That looks like maybe from the JT, a bit of a low roll. Down goes the 53, 55, and now we know these guys are in the middle. And I like the aggressiveness here. Everybody kind of pushes in and starts working together. No one's hanging out in the bush hoping somebody else will do the damage. WZ kind of is. He goes high, which I think is a good idea. AMBT takes a big hit, and he's got to turtle up. Good news is there's no Artie on either side, so the AMBT is not going to get spanked by Artie. He is a one-shot to both those guys. And we've got our hero. Pale Jedi just kind of pushes on in here. He catches the JT. A little bit surprised you didn't sort of clear this tower and see if he was going to move across, because what he does, we just don't get a shot. We're kind of looking, and oh man, if we just waited a second, we might have put a nice shot on that guy right there. But he's not interested in you. Looks like he's definitely paying attention, to those other guys, and we get a nice shot right into his side for 767. And you gotta love the W, my friends. You've got to love the W. Pale Jedi has basically driven forward in this entire battle, used that great big gun, still significantly okay. We'll call it that. Significantly okay-ish armor. JT's not really paying attention to you till about right now. You eat a shot from him. He does a nice job getting a does a nice job getting a track. I don't know if you thought your gun was actually on his side or what, or it was just super late delayed reaction, but that was a bit of a bummer because he's going to get away with another shot on you. And we're sort of zooming in like this. I think I would have, let's see if we can get my view to look a little better. If you zoom out and go up like this, up into his upper casement here, you're going to go right through. This is a bit more of a challenging shot, but you know what? It doesn't matter because he puts one on you, and then he tries to get away, and then we're really zoomed in. I think if you zoom out a little bit, you're going to have a better time dealing with this, but we just go, bloop, kill him anyway. There you go. 286 pen, that's pretty good with just AP. You might have also thought about potentially going into the APCR, just to make sure you have the more pen there. The more pen. And we got a 4 hit point, 832. He actually does a decent job. Comes around here. He prioritizes you, which is probably a bit of a mistake. AMBT misses his shot. Again, the team is W, right? They're all pushing in on the one guy, not to let him hold down somewhere and take them on from one direction. This is really nicely done. WZ's coming in. AMBT's trying to hold him. Dude's going to come around. He actually pokes over and puts a shot on our hero, who also misses his shot, but the AMBT is there, and the 832 has a relatively long reload. AMBT just pops in and takes that last shot off of him. And we got a nice game at 5,739 damage, no assist, and 4 kills out of that. Just a real throwback. Nicely played overall, and that was a lot of why this tank was so dangerous and scary back in the day, just dropping those great big 750 bombs on people. Still a significant alpha, although not as scary as some out there now. And of course it's not top tier anymore. There's another bigger, badder TD above it. But back in the day, this is how this thing was played, and it terrorized the game for a long time before we got the tier 10 TDs and the rest of the power creep. Thanks for sending that in, Pale Jedi. That was a really nicely done game right there. Oh, I failed to notice, though, he also has another throwback thing you don't see on a lot of Casemate TDs anymore. He's running some binoculars, so straight out of 2013, my friends. That's all I've got. Thanks for supporting the channel. We will see ya.